What's more dangerous, overthinking or under-preparing? This is a completely different question from the first one.
What's more dangerous?
Yeah, dangerous to a person. To overthink or to under-prepare for something?
That's a great question. I would go under-prepare.
Why?
From an athlete's perspective. I feel like neither of them are good. Overthinking is definitely not good, and in parts of life, avoid it. But like if you're going into a game or a tournament or whatever sport you do underprepared, or you're going into work, like an office job underprepared, you can't wing it. You're going to get caught out. So I'd rather be too prepared in a way.
Too prepared?
Yeah.
But what if you're constantly overthinking something that, you either can have a little bit of control over or just have no control over? You just can constantly thinking of, what about this decision? Every decision.
Yeah, it's not good. Just avoid overthinking as well. But just personally, for me, I'd rather be prepared. And like if you overthink, you're probably thinking of a lot of situations. So if you can like refrain your overthinking to a point, then I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I like that. Best course you ever played on?
Ooh. For the name, I'll go Wentworth, which is in England, in Virginia Water near London. They hold the BMW Championship there, which is like the flagship event on the DP World Tour, which was the European Tour. Yeah, I played that a few times. And then in America, I'd say Prairie Dunes, which is like an hour from here in Wichita. It's ranked. When I played it, it was ranked like 26th best course in the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
Why?
It's really nice. I mean, I'm not sure. It's like super private. Grass, like there's not a blade of grass out of place. Like they just manicure
pristine.
It. It's pristine, yeah, for sure.
So what else makes like a golf course like top 10, top 20?
A top golf course, I think, like the condition of the grass, not just in general, like some okay to good courses will mainly focus like on the greens.
Yeah. Because
the ball needs to roll well to play. Like if a golf course has good greens, like people are going to want to play it. But like a top 10 golf course, like the greenkeepers are just like they're taking care, like they're being professional from tee to green. The sand in the bunkers, like lots of courses have too much sand or not enough sand. But
just you notice these details.
Yeah, 100%. When you play like every other day, yeah, for sure.
What's more painful, a bad decision or a bad outcome? So before you even like something happens, your bad decision, your decision making, what's worse?
I think decision? For me, I would get more annoyed at a bad decision because I feel like that goes into your preparation. Yeah. Like a bad decision is not preparing well enough, or like a mental error. Like on the golf course, if I prepare well, think all the right things, calculate what I'm trying to calculate, and then try to go into the shot executing it, and the outcome doesn't pay off, I know if I've like stuck to my routines, feel like I've done the best that I can do in that moment, then you probably will feel a little bit of frustration or annoyed, but I think in the long term, the better you prepare in anything, but in golf, the better you can prepare for a shot, you're going to have a better chance of executing it. Whereas if you like stepped up to a golf ball, if you're having a bad day, and it's like, I don't care where it's going, and then you hit another one bad, it's like, well, that's on you. I
see. Let's see. What's bigger of a threat, perfectionism or complacency?
Complacency.
Being complacent?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like everyone to an extent, everyone strives for perfection, but in a lot of circumstances, you're never gonna attain perfection. Like in sport, for example, the best athletes in the world, no matter the sport, they're not perfect. Like Tiger Woods, he's won 82 times, and he's the tied all-time like amount winner. But how many events has he played? I don't know, probably 500 plus. Don't quote me on that one, but he's played way more times than he's won, and that's the GOAT.
You think he's the GOAT?
Yeah.
Undisputed?
Definitely disputed.
Disputed.
Because he doesn't have the most major championships. Yeah. Jack Nicklaus does. But just the way Tiger played and grew the game, played in a time when there was more competition, I think. And he overall wins. He's just a born winner.
Who will be someone who you can dispute it with besides just championships?
Like another golfer that you could argue is better than Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus is probably the only one.
Really?
Yeah, so Tiger Woods has 15 major championships, which I believe is the second most of all time. And Jack Nicklaus has the most major championships, which is 18. So there's 4 majors in a year: the Open, the US Open, the Masters, and the PGA Championship. So yeah, he's won 18 of them, and he's finished runner-up 19 times. So I mean, that's
a lot.
You could definitely argue, but I would lean on Tiger Woods' side.
Tiger?
Yeah.
What sets him apart?
His work rate.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was the first real example. Like, he changed the game with golf, of like how important fitness is. He was in the gym hours every day. He ran every day.
Yeah.
You could argue he did it too much because he's had however many surgeries on his entire body.
But didn't he have he had some accidents, did he?
He did, but before then, like his injuries were overuse throughout time. But I'd go on Tiger's side.
Why is that such a misconception that golfers don't need fitness? Why is that?
I feel like when the general person thinks of golf, they just think of their granddad or their dad that goes and plays golf. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Gramps and he's 78 years old and he's not in shape. He's just out there for a good time. But yeah, when you talk about on a competitive level, even like the top amateur golf, college golf, professional golf, then like if you was to take a golf swing or just take a random swing, and you really pay attention to what parts of your body are moving, literally from your head to your toe, everything's going to be moving, rotating, under stress. So, yeah. There's definitely a misconception, for sure, but I'm okay with that.
Next question. Let's see. Who will win the World Cup next year? Honest opinion. Not bias. Honest opinion.
I really want to say England. I'm going to say England. I don't care.
They have a good... No, to be fair, they do look... They're one of the favorites, obviously. Every World Cup, England is one of the favorites. It just hasn't gone their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. We'll see. We've got to what? What did we do? We got to the finals 2 years in a row or something of the Euros, got to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Last World Cup, where did they finish?
I think we lost in the semis. Might be wrong again.
I think it was Argentina.
France in the final. I think we lost to France.
Yeah, but was that the semis or quarters?
I think it was the semis.
Yeah, because then y'all played Belgium in the third place.
Yeah.
Team? Or was that?
I think we did.
Or was that the other World Cup? Bro?
No, I think we were right.
Belgium.
I think we were right. Yeah.
So
but yeah, Team England, Team Lions. Come on.
So you know what I have to ask you. This is the question I was gonna ask you like later on, but you know what I have to ask you. This is coming home this year.
You gotta have belief. If it comes home, I'll be so happy.
in terms of like football, soccer, let's say football. Like when you say that belief, you gotta have belief. And as you coming from the UK, when I hear that as a football fan, I'm just thinking of one club, just one club. Historically, I mean, as of right now, when I hear belief, I'm thinking of like Manchester United. However, when I hear belief, I'm thinking of like an Arsenal fan. That
Delusion.
Yeah, that delusion. That couple of years ago, where obviously they're on top of the table now and like doing well now, but like a couple of years ago, obviously every team has this. They're good for a little bit, and they have their. It's just how football works and sports works. But there was only a few years ago when Arsenal fans were just like having the mix of emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What team do you support?
I support Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
you're from
club.
Brentford?
My family is. I mean, we don't live in Brentford now, but like my dad grew up kind of there, and his family did, and then my dad's uncle played for Brentford like way back when, like during the war, but he played like when Brentford was last in the top division before we got promoted to the Premier League in 2020, 2021, whenever that was.
Because that was that when they got promoted, that was like from a long time.
74 years. Yeah.
So he was playing.
He scored the last goal in the top division for Brentford.
For Brentford.
Yeah, before the modern
What's
time.
his name?
Len Townsend.
Len Townsend.
Yeah.
Len Townsend. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna put a picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Len Townsend.
Yeah. Black and white pictures.
What kind of goal? What kind of?
I don't know what kind of goal he scored, but he scored a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's dead. Long time dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, alive during the war. So I mean.
Oh, no, that's true. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I never met him, but.
Len Townsend.
Yeah.
Baller.
He was a baller by all accordance. So.
But going back up at home, I mean, we're talking about football, but I assume football was a pretty big influence for you at that time. And before we talk about how you transitioned to golf, I want to know what was it like playing ball? Like in England, like that's basically like.
I grew up on it. I mean, I would always say football was my first love. Started playing at a very young age, and like a lot of people in England, you just get the bug. It's kind of, I don't know if it's forced on you. Forced is probably the wrong word, but you just grow up with it.
Playing football.
Yeah, and then I was fortunate enough to go to near enough every Brentford game growing up from a real young age.
Because Brentford's in London, right?
Yeah, West London.
Yeah.
So, yeah, home and away from a really young age. My first ever season was Brentford got promoted from League 2 to the 4th division.
Mm-hmm.
So since I've been going, I mean, we've made it to the Prem, we're doing good. So I've been very lucky. But yeah, growing up, playing football, loved it, breathed it. Growing up, I wanted to be a professional footballer. Played to a decent level, the best teams in the area, you know what I mean? Kind of, for us it's counties. Over here in America they call them states.
Was it Saturday League, Sunday League?
It'd be Sunday League, I guess.
Yeah.
But junior football,
Juniors.
I stopped playing when I was 16.
Why?
Kind of hit a stalemate with football. Playing time was going down. Had been a member of my golf club a little while and was enjoying that more. I was seeing way more progress in golf than I was in football at that point in time. At 16, you start playing with the men. You know whether you're gonna make it or not. Yeah. So I just decided to focus up on something else, but still love football. I miss playing it, but
yeah, right. I see you around kicking around the ball, but in between the games or at half time, and you can tell you used to play. It says to me, it might say something to the a fan. Oh yeah, he can play, but to me, you know what it says to me? There's a story there. There's a story.
I like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I love that.
I see you could kick the ball and then you put your hands in your pocket. I'm like, bro, he probably had a time where he used to play, but now he doesn't play anymore.
Flattering me. Nah.
So
For me, back then, it was more like a fitness thing as well. Like, I wasn't fit enough or strong enough. But growing up, developing into your body, I feel like if I played, I'd be half decent.
yeah, what position you played?
Started out as a striker,
Ah,
but then I'll never forget my manager. So I scored. It was like real young age. Like, I don't even think we was 11 aside yet.
yeah.
But I scored 45 goals in a season, and then we come back. And my manager, I still yeah, real young age though, real young age, but was doing good. And then my manager, who I still speak to today, like, he lives in my village.
Oh.
Big up Lee Burnham. But yeah, he was like, "Oh, you read the game really well. I'm going to move you into like a more defensive position. So like, move me into centre mid, CDM, and then just kind of work my way back to centre back." But yeah, I was captains for pretty much all my teams. Local. Read the game well. I feel like
up until 16.
Yeah, and that was the kind of point where other people was progressing more like past me.
Yeah.
But,
Who you're playing with, like, I know, honestly, every story, like, it's obviously a big or far-fetched question for me to ask you, who'd you play with that went pro? But to be honest, every person that I've spoken to in football that's from the UK, they told me, yeah, like, I was playing with like this type of this player, that player.
Yeah, well, like, our whole team was like associated to like local academies. So like, a lot of the boys on the team ended up playing. Like, they went to college in England with Woking Football Club. Woking, like our local team,
Mm-hmm.
they're in the National League, so the 5th tier of English football. But they're like, now they're professional, like the Woking players.
Yeah.
And one or two of them have got minutes for them. I think they're playing a little bit of a lower division now, but playing more regularly. So like, part-time, semi-professional footballers. Goalkeeper was really good. Another one or two guys were that I still kind of speak to today.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't speak to them a whole lot, but still associated with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the culture, you know, because like football is the culture. Like, I'm speaking as though I'm from the UK, but I think football, where I'm from as well, is still growing. It's a big sport. Don't get me wrong, but it's still growing. And I think when you have a sport like that is so like multi-dimensional, where it's like where you play it, who's playing it, when you're playing it, doesn't matter the weather, like, because there's so many different ways to play it and what it looks like. It has become like a sport that just, you know, more people are becoming involved with, you know what I mean? So I want to know more about like back home, like that type of culture when it was the Euro final. That's a controversial one. The Euro final 2020. I want to know what it was like. Where were you at that time?
I was in like a pub. We'll just call it a pub in the village. Games on a big screen. Everyone's there hanging out, you know, watching the game, drinking or whatever. But some of my friends or like people I know, one guy's was at Wembley, but like just for the atmosphere, like the outside, the parks around it, the what do you call it? Just like big screens nearby.
Yeah, like pop-up part, like those
sort
parties,
of, yeah.
Watch parties.
Something, yeah, they would call it that. But Euro final was just a crazy. People were trying to like break into the stadium. They didn't have tickets. Like,
when you were there, like
rowdy.
When you were hearing this stuff, like not the aftermath, but like before, when you were there, not downtown, like not in like around the stadium, but when you were at like the pub and you were hearing that like this was happening before the game, like what were you thinking?
I say before, like in the moment, you're not thinking too much. You're thinking, oh, that's just like, you know, people are doing it for the love of the country, love of the team, trying to support. But I mean, in the aftermath of it, like, it was quite terrible, really. It wasn't a good image because like there was damage and people was getting hurt. So like football obviously has its rowdy side and its passion side, and in England I won't say a lot, but the stereotype is, oh, you go to the game and have a fight or whatever. That's always going to be part of football, but in the big, wide scheme of things, you don't want that to happen. You don't want people getting hurt.
Yeah. Obviously, the result didn't like go the way everyone thought it was coming home, you know. But bro.
It didn't. No. It didn't. I get reminded of that quite frequently by the Italians on the tennis team here.
Oh, mate, did they tell you or you just think about it?
No, he just tells me. He's like, don't forget that Euro final.
Oh, that's funny.
Enrico with his little bald head.
I haven't met him, but I think he's in one of our class. I think
he's in that class. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I mean, I'm sure I had some UK teammates. I'm sure if I told them at that time, oh, it's coming home, they would be mad. They would be mad. I don't like. That's just they're not the type to really like. If it's something that passionate, you know, and we're close now, we're friends now. But if something that passionate, they wouldn't take that as a joke. They would get on me.
Yeah.
You know, you have friends like that too.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely, a few of them. Yeah, don't step out of line with them. They'll tell you. Yeah.
Are they gonna watch this?
They might do.
They might watch this.
I'm thinking of a few names in my head. The guys back at home. They know who they are.
What's more about the culture though? I know, you know, who your friends that not by names, but you have some friends that you can call like these are your boys. Do you have that?
Yeah,
back home?
for sure. Yeah. There's like, for me it's kind of a weird one in a way because I played a few different sports growing up, and then like as you're growing up you take your own path. My path was golf, moving abroad, competing. Their path was kind of football. Football comes to an end, sort of. So, yeah, lots of boys back at home, kind of everyone like knows of each other, but I'd say like I'm sort of a middleman for when everyone's together.
Why?
Just from like some of the boys from school, and then other boys from college, other boys from golf, other boys growing up playing football. It's just like, yeah, everyone's got their own little. Yeah. People move on into their own path.
Are you gonna see them when you go home next week?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
One of them came for a little over a week, beginning of this year in August.
Here?
Yeah, he was here. He came by.
Wichita?
Yeah. He was here, he came to see what's up. He enjoyed it. He had a great time.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
that's fantastic.
yeah, I'll be seeing him when I get home for sure.
That's good, man. You have we spoke about you playing football, but you told me you saw more progress in golf. And I want to know when you realized that you saw more progress in golf, and if it was hard to make that decision.
It was really hard. Yeah. Like really, really hard. In the moment, it was really hard. I was like 16, I think. And then me and my dad, we was on our way back from Norwich away. I think we got stuffed like 5-0. Bad day.
Is that League Two?
That was Championship, yeah. But we got stuffed. And then I was just like, I don't know, it was almost like it was difficult to say because you grew up with it, you loved it, you still love it. But I was just like, I think I want to stop playing football and put my time and effort into golf.
Yeah.
I'd say it's been a decent decision, seeing where we are now. I mean, you can understand it, like moving abroad to pursue your sport, pursue your education. Like, I wouldn't change it. I'd do it again, 100%. So, like, I'm glad I made the decision, and then transferred that work ethic I grew up with football and the team into individual with golf. And
Yeah.
I mean, you got to work hard if you want to be good at anything. So
Yeah, you know, that's a big difference. You're going from one of the most coveted and one of the most demanding sports. Not being biased, just one of the most demanding sports in terms of physicality and endurance and every area of sport, to something that is so specific.
yeah,
In
it's so technical.
detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like, going from just a team sport like soccer, football, to golf, something individual and more
Yeah.
detailed?
At first, I kind of enjoyed it. Just like at the beginning when like that transfer was happening, or like right in the beginning of taking golf more seriously, it was like a nice, like it's just you. Like with football, like obviously the team aspect of it is great, and that's what makes the sport the sport. But like you could have a great game as a footballer and you lose, or you could have a terrible game and you win. But you're always fighting. At least for me, I feel like in a team sport, even a little bit now in college with team golf, you're always fighting the team's position with your own position, and you're trying to balance both. Like ultimately, like obviously you want to do well yourself, but then you also are a part of a team, and in my opinion the team should be put above yourself. Like you sacrifice whatever it has to be for the team.
In general.
In general, like in football for sure, but even in like college golf, like it's a bit different with golf obviously because you're out there playing, your score matters. But with the team aspect, like here we've got 14 guys on our roster, but only 5 or 6 travel a week. If you're the 9th or 8th guy just back at home, like you're just scrolling, seeing how the guys are doing. You want your team to do well, but you want that chance to go play as well.
Yeah.
But I think being part of a team is like the most important thing, because in my opinion you should always hold the team and your teammates above yourself. Not to like put yourself down or not care about yourself or disrespect yourself, but just I think that helps. If everyone can do that collectively, and even from like coaches and just everyone involved, then I think the team's going to benefit moving forward. And then if the team's going to benefit, everyone involved is going to benefit.
That makes me think of like a golfer who hasn't been in a team sport. You know what I mean? Because you've seen what it was like to grow up in a team sport.
Yeah, I mean, I've been with a few, I'm not say a few, there's some people like, you can tell if they grew up playing a team sport or not, or just that like selfishness versus like the team. So
yeah,
you need to have both, but it's always an awkward one. There's no real way of, I don't know, because ultimately you want to do well, it's your life, it's your career.
Yeah.
But then when you're a part of a team, like, I think if you're selfish on the team, that's just going to take away from that team element. Like, you just have to, like, teamwork's the dream work, corny as that is. You know what I mean? Like, in football, if whether you're starting 11 or you're not even on the bench, like, if you're just on the roster, like, you still have to give it everything in training. Because if you're just slacking and you're up against starting 11, like, it's going to be too easy for them, but then when they're on game day, they're playing ranked teams in the nation, and then you don't want them to get dogged on.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that's true. It's definitely, you've been in the college system for 4 years now. All 4 of those years playing in a team sport, but an individual sport. What's the biggest difference that you've seen with making a comparison between the teams that you've been in? You don't have to name we know which schools you've been to, but what's the biggest difference you've seen with the team environment, all the team environments you've been in in golf?
Yeah, I'd say a successful team is kind of what I was saying a minute ago. Is everyone's on board, everyone's just working as hard as they can for the benefit of the team. And then in instances where we haven't had success in teams, I feel like there's been a divide, or the bond isn't as strong. Maybe personally, outside of golf and practice, everyone's calm, everyone gets along great, but in the sport, a few times over the years, maybe all it takes is one person to, they're still part of the team. If one guy's not all in, that's what our coach is big on here, is being all in all the time, and I like that because you have to be all in to be good at something.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to see progress. If you're complacent, what was the question earlier? Complacency
versus perfectionism.
Yeah. If you're not chasing the perfectionism, if you're just complacent, you're never going to progress. So that's my take on that.
That's your TED Talk?
Yeah, your TED Talk. Take notes.
Oh man, so you're a senior now, and I started off by talking about just life, being not just a student, but we're both in sports media, sports management. How that dynamic of what I was talking about, just trying to get to know everyone in class. What do you think about the degree itself in terms of how you approach it? You can be completely as honest as you want to be, just of what you found interesting about studying sports management, getting to know people, networking. What was your experience like so far?
I'd say an honest take is, I'd say with other classes or other degrees, or even younger in school, secondary school, high school, whatever, you general ed, you have to learn specific things in science, you have to learn specific things in math. Whereas with the degree we're doing, it really feels like there's you can't be right or wrong. You can be wrong a little bit, you can be wrong if you're just blatantly being stupid, but just that networking, talking to people, public speaking, writing skills, you can take a little bit of something from each professor or each classmate or each learning objective or whatever it might be. You can just kind of carve it and mold it into something of your own. I think what you're doing with the podcast is sick.
Thank you.
That's it's brave. I think when you're starting out something, to go on social media, it's what is it going to work? And then, but ultimately, there's never going to be a bad thing that comes from it. It's only going to be a good thing. And if good doesn't come from it, at least you've tried.
Yeah.
So I think the degree is just more life skills, honestly, than pen on paper things.
Pen on paper. Yeah, I would have started this just simply to do something different. But that's why I like to speak with other guests, in not just athletes, but anyone in sport, also students, because we are studying this material, and I guess from any class, sports facilities, sports intro to sports management, special projects, like any of those classes that are in the degree, I think what we can take away is like every class they say, just make sure you create a network, get to know people,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Even at my old school before here, like where it's just associate's degree, general stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember one guy in particular, like just network, like. And at the start, it's hard to do, and it's not always easy. But for me, it's kind of the mindset of like, I don't want to swear on here, but just F it, like just go talk to someone.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the other day there was a career fair on campus. I don't know if you went to it.
Yeah,
in
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, this week it was. Like I went there, I got told about it, and like my boss or whatever you want to call them for my internship was, oh, you should go check it out. They're like, it's more like tech based, but you never know. I kind of went and scouted it out, and I was like, doesn't really look like it. And I went away, and then I was like, what are you doing, bruv? Like, just go speak to them. It's not that, like, you've done it 100 times before. Just go speak to them. I don't know why it was like initial, like, uncomfortable questioning. But yeah, went back, showered, came back again and was like, F it, let's just do it. And spoke to every single one of them, and then, yeah, everyone was cool.
Yeah, that has some insurance companies and some real estate companies. Yeah,
but they were talking about like some of them, not all of them. They had like the marketing section and stuff, and I mean that kind of fits more to what we do.
Do you regret going?
No, I'm happy. I grew a pair of balls and went.
It's like some of those moments where we just think like, I have no reason not to do this. You know what I mean? Like
exactly, yeah.
You have like those type of situations where you put yourself in, and you're like I say, your friend asks you, oh, you want to go hang out today? I'm like, nah, I can't tonight. But you ask yourself like, why can't I go?
Yeah, you can do anything. There's no,
you know what I mean?
There's no right or wrong, I don't think.
Unless you have like a real reason.
Yeah.
So. But you went back. You enjoyed it. You managed to talk a little bit. I went there for like 10, 15 minutes. Saw what they had. It was cool. But one thing that stood out to me is like, I won't say his name, but it's like someone in my class. He was saying, I don't need to go to this career fair. I'm already like talking with this, or it's not in my field, something along those lines.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was like, it's not really in my field, but then the marketing or media, whatever, they're very similar. I feel like they're all involved in whatever way. I was like, just go find out. The worst they're going to say is no, and the worst you're going to feel is, oh, I don't like this. Yeah. And then you just dip. Yeah. Like, it's not that deep.
It really is. I feel like there's a lot of us, a lot of students just. Nah, I don't even want to say that. I think we all, at some point in our college careers, from freshman to senior, we just think like, just go to class, do what you need to do, and repeat it. You know what I mean? But
it's that complacency again.
Yeah, you kind of want to just make the most out of it. At least, find something. Do. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just be brave. Like what you said. Try something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But try something, whether it's small or big. Like starting the pod thing, like that's probably a bit bigger. But even just for me, the other day, like I've given public speaking a few times at this school in front of people, and like it's been fine. But then for whatever reason this week, it was like, I just doubted or didn't want to, but I'm glad I talked myself into it. I was like, what are you doing? Just, like you said, don't be complacent, or don't just dismiss, like, oh, it's not in our field. Like, just go do it anyway.
Your field is, you want to get into journalism, right? Sports?
Potentially, I'd say kind of, I'm quite open right now, I feel like, to anything media related. like there's obviously roles in media where you're like multi-purpose. I can't think of the word is, but like someone that goes to, say someone goes to a sporting event, they only have a tripod and camera, they video themselves interviewing players, and then they have to edit it, and then they have to write a story on it and post it and share it with whatever news thing they work with, all within like a few hours. And then there's other sections obviously where you're only doing one or two things, but I'm kind of open to like my skill set. I'm trying to just broaden as much as possible. Like my internship for the kind of media department here, you know, writing stories on the senior days, writing stories on like first generation graduates, making social media posts, designing things, you know, like the TVs around campus, that slideshow, whatever, making those things, editing some videos.
The clips, I see the clips, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like for me, I'm kind of open to anything media.
Yeah. What do you use to edit the clips? Adobe?
No, I haven't really got super into that. That's something I spoke about that I want to like learn and have hands-on experience more after, like in the new year. But just like general, like whack it in Opus AI.
Yeah, Opus clips, yeah, that's good.
Just for some of the videos that get published on like the university social media.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You want to get into, I asked you this before, do you want to get into punditry?
I think I'd be open to it.
Commentary?
Yeah, that's something I've not really ever done, but yeah, I'm definitely open to it. Kind of open to anything, like anything media related.
Media.
Sport, whether it's in sport would be great, obviously, but even if it's not, just whatever.
Just whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
In media. You think it will be a case where you're going to have to do it, like back home, different country, the US? What do you think?
Great question. The way the United States is going, and we're getting out of here soon.
Careful,
back at home. But yeah, most likely back at home. But like I said, just it's weird. Just for me, it's just like take each day, each week as it comes, because you don't know. You learn something, like if you can learn something new every week, like a few things, you never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah.
So I never know where I'm going to end up. I don't know if golf's going to be the route, media's going to be the route, or it could be something completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, most likely back at home for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be excited to, you know, be at home, something more comfortable? You know,
I mean, I'd say I like the being in a new environment and meeting new people. Like I'm comfortable with that. Like, I've enjoyed being here. Like if something came up, I would definitely consider like not being at home. But yeah, I mean, of course, being at home is great. You got your family and your friends. But I don't know. I don't know what the plan is after college.
Yeah. Before I ask you to finish out wrap up everything, can I ask you the rest of the quick fire questions?
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. If you could steal any pro golfer's trait, what would it be? And who would it be?
Oh, world number one, Scotty Scheffler, and just how he's openly spoke about, like in the media, about like golf isn't only who he is. Like, yes, he's a professional golfer. Yes, he's world number one, but like his family, his faith, or whatever, that's more important to him than the golf is. But taking that idea onto the golf course he has, it's like he's just so he's just so right all the time. Like, he just seems to hit every shot the correct way. I don't know how I'd describe what trait that is. I'd say it's just his awareness of the situation on the golf course.
How do you be aware? You know what it's like to be aware in football, but what's it like to be aware in golf?
Aware of trouble on a hole, aware of nature. There's so many factors that go into hitting a golf shot. Like what way the wind is. Are you on a flat lie, or is the golf ball above your feet, or is it below your feet? Is there water on the left, or is there trees on the right? Like, if it's the pin on the right side of the green, but then is long or short, is there water, or is there like a big drop off hill? You've got to consider all that as quickly as you possibly can, make a decision and execute. And it just seems like watching when Scheffler plays, he just like hits the correct shot and produces it 99 times out of 100. So just the awareness of, like, you want to limit your mistakes, and he doesn't seem to make many of them. And like for me, for example, like I try really hard to best prepare for a shot and be in the right frame of mind for it. And then after I've hit a shot, if it goes good or bad, normally if it goes bad, like, you'll analyse it, walk into your next shot, or whether it's when you're reflecting on the round after you finish or the next day, and it's like, okay, well, maybe this decision, even though in the moment I thought about it the right way, I did everything I wanted to do, and I felt like it was the right decision and I committed. But when you reflect, sometimes it's like, okay, well, maybe the right shot was maybe the right shot was a right to left instead of a left to right. But I'm not disappointed in myself on that, because as long as I like thought about it in the right way, you just learn from it.
That's like the overthinking part. Like you overthinking certain details. Do you think that?
That's a good question. Sometimes, yes. There's the argument in golf, like, you have to consider everything, but then also if you just overthink it, right? Like, if you just don't think about it and go execute. For some people, they feel like for some golfers, they think if they start thinking too much, then that's when they play bad. But I feel like that's okay and true to a certain level, but if you're talking about real precision and trying to make it pro, and you need to consider everything. And I wouldn't say that's overthinking, I'd say that's just preparing. Correctly.
I like that. Let's see, I'm going to ask you one more quick fire question before we put everything together. Perfect. What's more defining, or what defines your character more, or who you surround yourself with, or what you spend your time on? The people around you, or the time that you spend on doing certain things?
I'd say the time spent on doing something.
Why?
You can't, to a certain extent, you don't have control of who's around you, at least while you're in college. You don't have control of who coach recruits. You don't have control of who lives above you. If they're banging on the floors at 3 a.m. and you're trying to sleep, whatever, you don't have control over that.
Yeah.
Or you don't have control if you've got a bad teammate. I feel like I've been fortunate enough to where I've had a lot of good teammates, but if I focus on the bad people around you or near you, or if you're focused on that rather than being focused on like your daily goals or working on what you need to work on, then you're not thinking the right way.
What's next for you? You said you're not sure yet, but maybe there's something that you may want to go do and something that you want to pursue right after this conversation that can help you get a little bit closer to what you actually want?
The dream is, and it has been since I was like 16 when I stopped playing football. The dream is like professional golf.
Yeah.
But like any sport, professional golf or professional sport is super hard. There's levels to professionals in sport as well. Like, technically speaking, I could go turn pro today and be done with college and do whatever. But at least in professional golf, like, you're paying to go to work. Like, you pay to travel to go play in a tournament in Europe, or you travel to Australia to play. And then you only get paid if you earn the prize money. So, yeah, that's a completely different thought process up in the air. That's the dream, though, is professional golf.
But before, I didn't even think I would ask you that. I understood how pro golf works, however, only because I had a roommate one time. I was staying in like a homestead, like a host something. She was from China, I think it was, and she was a pro golfer, but she played at Monterey, University of Monterey, some California school, D2. And she paid for, you know, her way to travel to the tournament. She was technically amateur, but in a pro tournament, I can't remember. But I was thinking, what, like, you know, if you're in a team sport, usually you're everything's covered. You have to, whether you're semi-professional or professional, that's covered, and you know, you go play. But you're paying to play. Not just that. At every level, you pay to get there, but also you have to win, or at least get us to a certain mark to get anything out of it.
Yeah. Golf's a crazy sport.
How does that sit with you in your goals of becoming a professional golfer? Like,
well, that's ultimately like the biggest problem. I don't have a problem with the way it works. Mm-hmm. But it's a problem in the sense of it's expensive, whether you have the money or not. And then you obviously, everyone needs to earn money. You have to perform. It's not as simple as that. Like, week to week, you're paying to go play in a tournament. And then if you don't, at the higher level, for example, if you don't make the cut after 36 holes, 2 rounds of golf, like, you're not playing the next 2.
Yeah.
And it's only if you make the cut you get paid. And obviously the prize money decreases from 1st to 50th or whatever. So, yeah, that's the biggest problem, deterrence for me personally. But in terms of like my opinion on it, I kind of like it in a way, because it just makes you need to be better. Like, I feel like I'm just saying it, but you just can't be complacent. Like, if you're complacent as a pro, like, you've seen it with some pros, they win and think they've made it, but then they just drop off.
In golf?
For whatever reason, yeah.
Just
like they've had a good year or a good tournament,
yeah,
good month, and then they think they're there, they think they made it, and then, well, no, you've same in college, guys make it to college, they think they've made it, they become complacent. And then, now I'm not making the team. Now I'm going to be a bad teammate. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like it because it's always you're always having to work and try and improve or maintain, change things. So it's always something to consider.
Something. Would you say it's like a linear sport? Either, you know, you make it or you don't. There's no in between. There's you could go to the not lower leagues, but lower competitions and
right, so you're saying linear is mean like you make it or you don't make it, like top level or not at all? I'd say no, it's not, because there are lots of worldwide mini tours, and some of them you can still earn like you can earn money on them if you're pro, obviously, but you can still earn decent money if you're winning. But like, for example, in England, the biggest mini tour, like I think if you win one event, you'll get like 8,000 or 10,000, which is great but you have to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Because if you're someone coming from another,
if you finish like
continent,
20th, you're not gonna get
Yeah.
much, and then if you're finishing outside of that, you're getting nothing, even if you make the
Yeah.
cut.
That's what I mean. Like, because it's probably like what? How many golfers in that tournament?
I'd say general number just go like 100.
100. So like,
Sometimes it's more.
if it's more than 100 and you're traveling to get there, not that, well, if you're in the UK, if you're in England, then you're right there. But
even like traveling in your country, like imagine you're a professional golfer in like Texas, for example,
yeah,
and there's another pro tournament in Texas, you can drive like 10 hours away. Same in England to a certain extent, you can drive like 4 hours. You're still going to have to go pay for a hotel,
yeah.
pay for your fuel or whatever, pay for food.
Mm-hmm.
So it all adds up.
So you gotta
It
win.
all adds up quickly if you don't have it and if you're not winning.
So you gotta win.
You got to win. Yeah.
You ready to try to take on that challenge? You know.
If I think I can win, I will do it. Like if I think I can go win and earn money at that level.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
why don't you?
like, why don't I?
Do you think, like you're saying, if you think you could win, do you?
Like, do I think I could win right now?
Not right now, but like, you're obviously in college, playing college, but are you thinking of the fact, like, you could be at that level where you could win? You think?
I think if I work hard and stay injury free, then yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
If my arm wants to cooperate with me, I'll have a chance.
We wish you all the best. Your arm all the best. But yeah, I had fun. I had fun with this one. Kept it nice and short, just talking about whatever. But I usually never stick to script. If there is a script, there is a script. But just a general conversation. So.
Oh yeah, it's good. Any more questions?
No more questions, bro.